Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're live with Starladder TV Season 9 Korean Dota. I'm LD. He's Merlini. You know the drill. It's time to watch.
Blitz has some things to clear up from last game. He says he does not beg for sets. He only has a TA and a Storm set, and he doesn't beg for sets. No copy Pastorino, cappuccino, frappuccino. Quote, unquote.
Yeah, he sent me the same message. He copy-pasted himself to me.
Mm-hmm.
That takes some ego. Like, seriously. What is...
He's not a beggar, though. That's
I mean, the big head is not just a physical trait. It's a psychological... it's a physical reflection of his psychological inner self.
Mm-hmm.
That big head, Blitz. It'll be the death of you one day.
Well, too bad he's not in this
Yeah.
Starladder.
Yeah, maybe
He's
if,
scouting out
maybe
his
if Zephyr
opponents,
just, won something once in a while, didn't suck so much, they would get to play in Starladder. Sorry, Blitz. Better luck next time. I am sad they're not playing it, though. But on that note, guys, we do have an actual match for y'all coming up right now. It is MVP Phoenix versus Get Outs. Starladder TV Season 9 continues.
Get Outs?
Get Outs.
Get Outs.
Continues right about now. Here we go.
Cool. Well, MVP Phoenix, they are a team I've actually heard of. They have March there as their captain, a transplant from the USA or Canada, one of those two, but North America regardless, and regarded as one of the strongest Korean teams. So I think they're like on the tier of Bird Gang and 5NQ. So looking at the bans already, it looks like Get Outs has been at the Ember Spirit. I don't think we're going to see any Ember Spirit play today at all.
Yeah, geez, people are really hating the Ember.
He is.
I still think he's a bit overrated. I don't think he's like at first ban every game worthy.
He's decent. He gets kind of owned by like Silences and Doom. I like what Cloud9 drafted versus Liquid though.
What did they get?
They got Skyrat, support Skyrat
right?
and a Drow Ranger.
Yeah.
Although I don't like Drow, but Silences are good.
Yeah. Also, that Ember, was that the TC Ember?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of the way he built him, to be honest.
True.
But yeah, I think the hero's strong. Don't get me wrong, but first ban every game. It reminds me a lot of when Slark first got changed.
Yeah, Slark was banned out like every single game.
And he's still a great pub stomper, and he's still a decent hero in competitive, but he's not like a must ban every game kind of
He
hero.
is not.
But we do see him this game. Speaking of which.
Yep, Slark versus Jakiro in AA.
Not fun to play against AA Slark if the A is good.
Yeah. So it looks like... yeah, but at the same time, if Slark gets a little bit over-leveled, like AA and Jakiro are just like food. Not as bad as food as CM, but still pretty bad food. Well, looks like they will take the Doombringer for themselves too. Doom is a pretty good hero to deal with Slark. I mean, to be honest, he's fairly good at dealing with a lot of things. Invoker, Slark, a lot of carries and whatnot. But if you have both on the same team, it does dissuade like a Storm pick and whatnot. Phoenix, they have Lion, so they have like all these heroes that are good against particular things, but not what Get Outs has right now. So they have a flexible lineup right now.
Yeah, MVP Phoenix's lineup very strong with levels. I mean, if they just get the levels up, Get Outs is going to have a tough time.
Greed is good.
Yeah. And I think Lion's actually another hero that's a bit underrated in the laning stage. He's not good in like tri-lane versus tri-lane, but as a roamer, he's
okay.
decent.
He's not... I guess most supports are better than him in a tri-lane, but he's not that bad.
He's not awful.
He's not awful.
And he's actually a bit underrated as a roamer, with the level 1 hex being
that thing is
2
ownage.
seconds.
Yeah, that spell's really good, especially if you need something that sets up with it, like Cold Feet or whatnot, or even Cogs. But both of those heroes are on Get Outs.
And now they go Wind Ranger, and I am curious if this is a support Wind Ranger,
I have
because
no
that
idea.
would be very
All
greedy.
these picks are strange. Like, if I'm looking at MVP's line, I'm like, well, okay, Slark pick, first pick. Well, if you really like Slark and you have a good player with it, then why not? But, like, Doom pick, I guess, is to, like, go in line with the Slark picks so they don't get countered. But Lion and Wind Ranger, these are not your typical, like, heroes that you want to pick up unless, like, if they pick Bristleback right now, what are they going to do versus Bristleback? Like, Bristleback will just poop on Lion for the most part. But I don't know. Generally, you want to draft Lion against hard-to-kill heroes like Storm Spirit, Timbersaw, but they don't really have any of those.
Yeah, and nobody's particularly elusive, which is where the Hex comes in handy.
Yeah, Puck. They could just go like a DK or something like that, or just someone like super tanky.
Well, we'll see. I guess the Wind Ranger could be support or a farmer, so they need one more support
Or
one
solo
more
mid.
Yeah, could be.
I like the solo mid Wind Ranger. It used to be more popular, but it's still not bad.
Yeah, and you can do Doom or Slark does all right against Clockwork.
Yeah, they do fine.
Yeah.
Clock, I think, does really well.
Clock should have a good lane this game, I feel like, just judging by the draft.
Yeah.
10 seconds
So
remaining.
they get a gyrocopter. Their team fight is really strong. I mean, it seems like there's more
5
obvious
seconds
synergy for
remaining.
get outs. Really good
Yes.
team fight, good initiation, and like heroes that use the hookshot
Reserve
cogs really
time.
well.
Yes, I agree with you. Get Out's lineup has much more synergy, much better at team fight, slightly better late game, and they just have a ton of AoE. They actually have like decent push, I guess, with Liquid Fire, but that's about it. MVP Phoenix is what's good about their lineup. I don't know.
They're really good at killing,
They're really good at hero killing.
but
They have a lot
only
of
isolated heroes. Their team fight is very weak.
their team fight is super weak. Their gank is strong. Team fight is weak. Late game is fairly weak. Disables are really strong too. But
You know, it would be really cool if we like had like some way to like see all the different strengths of their draft. You know,
Mhm. That would
some
be
sort
cool.
of visual representation. That
They're-
would be pretty sweet.
Their build is Well, looking at their last pick, they are lacking either
10
one support
seconds
or
remaining.
I don't know. It depends on what they want to run Doom and Wind Ranger as. I mean, I've even seen Lion
5
solo mid.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, that would be interesting this game. There's no
Reserve
dominant.
I think they need a BKB hero.
And they
though.
will go
Radiant
Visage,
team
so
pick.
probably a support lion and a farming Wind Ranger. But a
Mhm.
man can dream for that Ags lion.
Yeah,
So legit.
I think they should have just drafted like 2 or 3 BKB heroes, like a DK and like not a Slark, but like even a Lifestealer. Like
Yeah, this is like 90% magic damage from get outs
yes.
until the gyro gets huge.
So I'm surprised that they didn't go that way. It would just be easy from there.
10
Like
seconds
Get Out doesn't have
remaining.
like the strongest laning phase. It's like decent
Yeah.
but not that strong. Just hold on until BKBs and then
5
you team fight their
seconds
team fight. But
remaining.
like Get Outs, if they have an early lead, they will just be able to storm all the T1s, probably the T2s too. And
Reserve
MVP Phoenix decides to contest, they are just gonna get massacred.
My main concern for get outs is they have one core against Doom, and I would like to see a secondary carry come, as well as Lion. Heroes that are good at just assassinating a single carry, so no good defensive supports really as of yet. I would like to see like a solo mid who can use farm pretty well.
But who?
Shadow Fiend
Shadow
would
Fiend-
match
Shadow
up
Fiend
pretty
would
well
be
against a lot of these heroes. Synergize
agree.
well with Clockwork. It's a bit greedy, but MVP's draft is very greedy too.
Shadow Fiend would be pretty good here.
It's not bad.
DK's not bad.
That's
yeah.
boring though.
Oh yeah.
I like
it's
me a
super
little
boring.
Swagger Fiend.
I like Swagger
Bring it
Fiend
on.
too. He either dies a lot or he owns.
Yeah.
Like there's very
Somebody swagging. It's not always the Swagger Fiend. Sometimes it's the opponent swagging all over them. But
So I think Get Out's lineup is slightly better than MVP's. So I would probably say like Get Out's is like a
Prepare
6.5,
for
7
battle.
out of 10.
it's also a lot
MVP's is
easier
like
to
5.
execute. Dragon Tail into Cold Feet's a guaranteed stun.
Hook
Ice
shot
Path
into
and-
anything.
Yeah, hookshot. If they get a good hookshot, that's a team fight one most likely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Ben, it's time for a third of 4 best of. I was about to say best of 4s. Best of 1s for our opening day of Starladder Season 9 action. It's Starladder Korea, the first ever Star Series to play outside of Europe. Really excited for some of the other divisions as well. America, China, and of course Europe with the standard 16 teams, massive round robin. But we'll start on the dire side here with Team MVP. This is MVP Phoenix, not Hot 6. We expect big things from them. And in the offlane, we will have March handling the offlane Wind Ranger, and a Dota Transplant, QO handling the Slark. Towards the top side of the map, Keen will be
30
playing the
seconds
Doom.
to battle.
We have Ryzen on the Visage. Very impressive on his Sand King the last time I cast him. Single-handedly was just crushing Zephyr. And then 4Ev playing that support Lion. And on the Radiant side, we have Team GO. Soda playing the Ancient Apparition. Tiger on the Jakiro. Soda and Tiger. Really good combo. Garrel on the Dragon Knight. Pusk on the Gyro. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but we'll go with it. And Mega Play.
The battle
Yeah, we're gonna see Mega Plays from Mega Play.
That's a bold name. Like, I am expecting big things.
It reminds me of those people that have like Godlike in their name too. Are they gonna go Godlike? We will see. We will see. So looking at the matchups, it looks like we have 3 people starting off mid on the side of the Radiant.
Dual
Like,
laning?
I guess they're.
Oh, no wards. I guess they're dual laning. Ooh.
I am-
Level 1 Chilling Touch just to help him last hit.
Yeah, so we have a Gyrocopter solo bottom, but he's only versus a Windrunner. That's actually not the easiest matchup for Gyrocopter because Windranger outranges him pretty hard, and she's rarely going to get hit by Rocket Barrage.
You
And
have,
she has
you have
boost
to really
rolls.
rely on just like flat cannon harassment to win that lane.
Yeah. Well, I hear a stun come out,
Yeah, mid lane. That early point in Chilling Touch. Already, Slark losing half his health.
but so did DK. So that exchange was not the best for him.
And Slark now sitting on some bonus stats. Doesn't keep them for long at level 1 Essence Shift, but
He also does as a pro man shield, so that means he's going to take like no damage, even with Chilling Touch. Well, Dragon Knight will not have level 1 Breathe Fire, so his bottle will actually come a little bit later than normal. He is sitting at 0 CS right now, and Doombringer on top lane has already eaten a Tornado, or Tornado Creep, so that means he has a bonus arrow, which means his lane will push out a little bit, but unfortunately Mega Plays Creeps has 2 range creeps, so it will be pushing into his tower.
You know, it is a little interesting to get the stun when A doesn't have Cold Feet.
Yeah.
Seems kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think they thought that they could go for early level 1 FB, especially if AA was like able to block him. But at the same time, that's a long shot. That's counting on him not getting pounced, and that's counting on him not having a pro man shield too.
He does have bottle gold now though, so 1.5 minutes in, still pretty fast bottle. And for MVP in the safe lane, Doom is free farming, but Mega Play's getting levels, and Doom Lion, well, actually he does have a Wildkin. Good for tanking the creeps under his tower, which looks like he'll be doing a lot of, but probably not killing Clockwork. So.
I think it's way more important that the Lion is getting big levels here, because he doesn't have to split the support.
Mid lane, there's a latch in on Garrow. They've got a Soul Assumption available, but only 1 charge up. And he'll go for it. Oh, just short.
20 HP left.
I still love Visage. That hero's so good.
The hero is just owned. Do you think he should be nerfed? Is it a he, or is it it?
It.
It?
Like a
Do you think it should be nerfed?
From the Beyond. Maybe.
Oh, on top lane, Mega Plays.
Yeah, steal that mana. Actually losing all his mana doesn't
can't
even
cog. Ruh-roh.
Wow, that was surprising.
He has level 2 mana drain, level 3. I mean, that's the thing. He's level 3 already. We're talking about a support line 2.5 minutes in, and he is out-leveling the Clockwork by a large margin.
It is really cute now, but once Clock goes base once, then you're running around with no 1 point stun, no points in Hex. And you get to the mid-game, and those levels aren't so easy to come by.
Yeah, that's true.
So we will have to see how this build pans out.
I like the Doom split, though. Like, you let your support take over the lane, and then you go eat a big creep, and then you're very efficient about XP in the early game. Looks like Mega Plays will not be able to block that double spawn, too.
Yeah, gets the double stack, and with Doom having early Wildkin, he can farm this. We'll have to go base first and get full mana, but he does have the mana pool.
Casual bottle, man. Side lane bottle.
I'm down for that. I think Heen might be thinking something a bit greedier, though. Eats another Wildkin, and clearly has some ambitions here for some AFK farm mode.
So Slark is level 4 in mid with a Visage constantly sitting there. And DK is, for some reason, only level 3.5, even though the opponents are splitting their experience in 2. Anyways, on the bottom
they only have 6 denies, so...
Yeah, I don't know how he's so under level. He's not that under level, but he's like slightly under level. Anyways, in the bottom lane, we see them making a move for the T1 tower. There is no ROB yet on the Gyrocopter, though, but I do see a Liquid Fire. And Wind Ranger has 7 CS compared to the 15 from Gyrocopter. But as soon as the support rotates in, that's kind of what you expect.
Yeah, this Windrunner has been a bit of a nuisance. March getting quite a few levels, but I think Tusk is doing okay, all things considered. Haste Rune will spawn bottom, though. And we'll see Ryzen march past it, march into the enemy jungle. He's also been spotted. Everybody sees everything. And top lane, they'll go in again. Big mana drain plays are available. Yep, get all 20 mana, suck it up. Now hex him for good measure.
That's not value for your mana. You got 3 last hits, or 3 hits with
and that guy's got a stout shield.
Yep.
That's a value item.
Pro
it's
man
like the
shield
ultimate
is
value item.
Yeah, stout shield is so good. Oh my goodness. I wish there
Talk
was
about an item that needs to get nerfed.
there should be a tally of how much damage it blocks during a game. I think the number would be ridiculous.
Yeah, just from creeps in the laning stage, honestly. If you're trading blows, it adds up.
Yep.
Dire's bottom tower.
Well, you usually do not see supports that are like not Venomancer being able to support, being able to zone out a Clockwork this effectively, but he's doing a fantastic job.
Uh-oh, mid lane, it might be our first blood. Garrel's gonna go down to the haste rune from the Slark. Level 3 leap. And now the chase is on the Tiger. This should be an easy double. And an easy courier kill as well. Go for the courier.
5 minutes in!
Oh, is it upgradable? Is there an ancient apparition upgrade? Oh! Wow. I guess they were baiting with it.
5 minutes in, though, there is no upgraded courier. Poor DK, not able to bottle Crow. I'm also surprised that he went a magic stick this early. Usually you want a TP scroll so that in case you get in any deep poo-poo, you just TP out. No harm, no foul. And that's it.
Really, Ben?
Yep.
Deep poo-poo?
Deep poo-poo.
What are you, 4 years old?
Yes.
Mommy,
trying to keep it clean here. Trying to keep it clean. But yeah, like, I don't know. He should not die to a Soul Slark mid. It's kind of like a Viper. Like, you just shouldn't die. There's no way to interrupt your TP.
Or Bloodseeker, I suppose.
Or Bloodseeker, yeah. I don't know.
I feel at least one of Bloodseeker's abilities really should have like a mini stun. But That's just me,
That would
man.
be OP.
What?
Oh my goodness.
OP?
Actually, Bloodseeker is not
He would
OP.
literally be like a shitty version of Night Stalker at that point. I guess he's got a better steroid for most games because he can buff his teammates. But that's theory crafting. Well, Megaplay has the bottle now, level 5 in the offlane, and doing a pretty good job in spite of the harassment. Compared to March, good job as well. Then March is up against the tri-lane, actually, and once again mid. Another dive on Garrel, and another kill. Where's the backup for this poor guy? They just don't really have a good counter ganking lineup, honestly. And Jakiro's just TP'd in. One more aboard the feed train. That's another double kill for the Slark. 4-0. He's gonna snowball really hard.
I mean, Slark was under even some early pressure, but yeah, I mean, they haven't seen any rotation from, like, Geo is, they're playing reactionary. I think they could actually play a little bit aggressively, at least before the Slark hit level 6, but now that he's level 7, with treads, with 900 gold in the bank, I don't really see how Dragon Knight's gonna stay alive in this game.
You know, the one cool thing, mid lane, we could have a stun. Where's the Dragon Oh, already used it, okay. Just didn't have enough damage, but, well, anyway, the one cool thing about this line build is Clockwork never has modded a counter gank. So he can't go help mid, whereas normally I feel like could at least clean up the Visage when he's diving, but
Yeah, I think he needs.
instead he's kind of useless.
I think he should just ditch the lane. Like, he's not stopping the Doom from farming. Doom has 44 last hits as well as a Midas already, and 7 minutes in. That's pretty darn good. And like, he's just the line's still getting tons of levels too. Line's almost level 6, so he's pretty much doing nothing in the lane except soaking up experience. But I think he could be helping out his lanes a lot more.
His lane, Dark Pact has already been used, and now they chase onto Garrel. They have another leap in a few seconds, but actually no mana for it. They'll back off and just continue to free farm all over the map. March is farming really well too. 20 CS. He's doing quite a good job here. Now, takes some harassment, but shackles him to a creep. And now the Doom comes in. Gyro's going to go down here. Big rotations from Heen, although the power shot completely airballs it. Won't even matter. They still get the kill.
He's stuck in
Mega
there.
play, getting blocked by his own teammate, the twin-headed Tiger. Really hurting him here. He's got a Midas, though. Can he Midas before he goes down? Get that value. Get that value. There's nothing to Midas. Oh! He will feed. But still worth it. They get the gyro.
Yeah,
And the backup's coming.
I don't think he needed to extend that far in. Like, he kind of got like trapped in that place.
Extend. Well, speaking of extending, they're going to extend all over Mega Play right now, then leap out. Duo will survive, and they're going to go back in here in a few seconds, I imagine. Yep, here comes the wraparound. Ancient Apparition, what are you doing? Stay at your tower, my friend. Yeah, back to the tower with you. Yep, that'll end the aggression. But the Lions just AFK farming top. Suddenly level 7.
And 1300 gold to boot.
Early blink. That will be an easy win if they get a blink at like the 13-minute mark.
Yeah.
But she's on track too, honestly.
Yep, Clockwork is still trying to make some plays. I think it's pretty much on him though to make the plays. Just because DK's DK. You can't make like huge plays with DK, and it looks like he might die in mid again.
Man, he is not having a very easy game, is he?
Nope. I mean, look how deep Doom is going though. He's just like taking creeps at the T2 tower, like whatever, no biggie, no bigs.
The only hero that can really punish this is Clockwork, but
yeah. It's all on Clockwork right now. Like, if he doesn't make big plays, then I don't really think that Get-Outs can at least make it unscathed through the mid-game. But, I mean, they do have a gyrocopter.
They have a hookshot available. Heen's going to get caught out. Rocket to fly. No hookshot yet, and then goes in on the Slark instead. They want the big kill, but it'll just pop the ult. Tanking for the time being is their Dragon Tail. Still doomed, and gets fingered in the face. And then an Impale for good measure. And insult to injury, QO is going to live. Yeesh. Almost a Shadow Blade.
It's really difficult to kill a Slark with their lineup. Like, if they had levels on their supports, I would say so. I would say it wouldn't be that hard. With like an AA ultimate,
they still don't have the ult.
Yeah, they need it. They need it badly.
And there's your blink.
Yeah.
That's a 10-minute Lion blink.
Lion's level 8 too. He's one full level above their solo mid. And that's how efficient MVP has been farming. And 7,500 gold lead, 10 minutes in, XP about the same. And that's only with one T1 tower down. And poor Gyrocopter, he's trying to farm something up. He had like decent free farm on bottom, but at the same time, he only has FaZe and Bassi.
And they're hunting him. Power shot comes through, clears out the trees, and they drop an Observer Ward. Getting ready to dive. Quick TP reaction, and he will escape. back to the well, but that means a tier 1 pretty much down. No gyro here. No way for Geo to defend. Well, they might try. I feel defending this is very risky.
Yeah, especially if...
And they're all spotted,
especially if Doom or Lion makes their way down here.
Kyo's coming in, leads the charge, looks for the Jakiro, look for the leap, still hasn't found it, goes instead on the Ancient Apparition, then he hookshots onto his own teammate, mega play, not his day, then a double familiar stun, insult to injury, 1 is fallen, make it 2, it's gonna be 3, unstoppable, almost, oh, will he go down? He's got the Shadow Amulet, nope, takes too long to fade, and won't need it anyway.
Casual pounce out. Shadow Blade, 11 minutes in. QO, well on his way to snowball to victory. 6-0 and 5 on him. Been involved in 11 kills, most of them on that devastating solo mid.
And we haven't really seen the Blink Dagger Lion do anything yet. Just been chilling and farming.
Yep, Doom about to doom somebody. I mean,
not if he gets stunned first. Heen caught out. Call down will come. Clips him once. Clips him twice. He blows the Doom on the Dragon Knight as well.
Very nice.
That's a pretty big victory.
Yep.
But the Blink Dagger's online, and they got to be careful. A Blink and a Hex, or rather Impale, will start it off on Garrel. Now the follow-up, but too much damage.
He didn't have Shadow Dance up. Had he had Shadow Dance up, I think he would have just man-moded on the DK.
Yeah, just came off cooldown. Now the Rocket splashes in, and Forev has to retreat as GO march forward. But
plays looking for a big hook shot.
Bottom lane Windrunner split pushing, not even here for the fight. Does not have a TP available, no mana for it. So they're fighting this one without the Windrunner, but Slark's found him from behind, then jumps on him with the pounce. They mana drain him for good measure, just to let him know that the Lion's alive. And there's a Shadow Blade. I think they can keep on going. Blinks in, Impale clips on 2. Jakiro now forced to retreat. Soul Assumption brings down 1, and they leap onto Garrel. He'll fall as well. Twin-headed dragon. He'll be next unless he can TP out, and he can't. Triple kill for QO, and this is just the gift that keeps on giving. Another Soul Assumption's ready. Goes for the TP, level death, cooling down.
Oh, the Centaur Stomp missed.
Yeah, and he just got level death off cooldown there as well. That was without Windrunner, who just went Midas as well.
Casual Midas?
And has 1k gold.
Yeah, he went Midas after Arcane Boots.
Oy, oy, oy.
Interesting, interesting. Well, I mean, they're so far ahead at this point. 16 kills to 3. And Gyrocopter was a lone survivor. He actually has a positive record. 2-1-0, so very
His
surprised.
gold is not reflecting it, though.
Yes.
They have 0 towers to the 2 of MVP and to the 13 kill advantage.
BKB's just not really going to do that much. Firstly, he can get Doom. Secondly, like the Blink Hex from Lion is probably going to be too much for him to handle. And even if he does pop his BKB after, if he tanks a finger during the Hex, he's just going to flop. And really, there are no other good targets to Doom. Like, DK doesn't have anything at this point. He's 0-4-1 with just Power Treads. AA still not level 6.
I really feel like if they'd gone Shadow Fiend or someone who can dominate a Slark, Doom, like any of those heroes mid, really. I mean, guess Windrunner would have broken even, but...
DK is a little passive.
And they just took
he
advantage
shouldn't have done
of
that poorly in lane, though.
That's true. But I also feel like he didn't have... It's not the easiest matchup by any means.
Oh, no, it's not. But he shouldn't die.
Yeah. Well, top lane, there's a Doom. Mega play on the run. I think he'll tick down here anyway. Just sticking around, hoping for some experience. Gets denied. Garrel, in the end, will secure the deny as the retreat comes. Call down's ready. In comes QO, and a Shackle leaves the poor Tiger off on an island. No Zookeeper to keep him safe.
That was pretty far. That was like this I don't know. Shackle range. Hackle shots, man.
Even if it didn't hit, he was probably...
Yeah, he was still dead. But I'm just surprised at that.
Just painful.
Add insult to injury.
Just look at the aggressive wards. This Slark has such freedom to move around the map. What are you going to do if you're on GL? There's no sneaking up.
Get a BKB, try and 5-man, and hope MVP is greedy and farms and fights 4-on-5. That's pretty much their best choice at this point. But
that's a pretty long list of...
Well, the thing is, like, if they split push, if they split farms, they'll just get picked up by Doom, by Slark, or by Lion. So they can't split push. If they don't farm at all, then they're going to lose just to sheer map control from MVP and from Starvation. So their best shot is to try and, like, smoke gank them or hope that they don't fight 5-on-5. That's pretty much what they can bank on right now. The only things they can bank on.
Well, they do have a good ward near Roshan, spotting out this movement as MVP makes a stab at it. But, oh boy. You want a mass BKB, Ben? You won't get it, but you will get an early pipe. And that is big trouble for a team that has no physical damage whatsoever.
Yeah, I like the pipe
pitiful.
rush over the mech rush, though, against an AA. Is generally better.
Yeah, it really is. And it's guaranteed damage block, or so to speak, whereas the mech is not a guaranteed heal this game.
Yeah,
It's a nice choice.
and he doesn't really need armor that much either. Like, if you need armor on Doom, yeah, you definitely go mech. But right now he has the ice armor from the Ice Ogre, and yeah, the pipe 400 AOE magic block. So you think mech is good with 250 HP heal? 400 magic block is insane.
Oh boy, our Gyro's in trouble. Poos gets caught out, drops the ult, but it's only a fleeting ult, as he will fall. However, your Slark's in a lot of trouble, drops 2. And on the backside, the Lion retreats. Has a blink ready in 1 second's time, drops the Impale, connects on 2. The backup is coming.
Him and kill him.
Windrunner's here. Blink, finger, brings down 1. Soda's dead as well, and Garrel could well be next. Mega Play comes in far too late to assist the team, and now can do nothing but retreat. But they're going to find Garrel here as well. Mega Play could also be caught in the fray. Drops a nice cogs.
Doom from the back.
Doom with the long, long con. Comes in from behind. Catches out Garrel and just keeps on chasing. 4 dead. They're going to respawn, but it's a rampage, or a team wipe rather. Everybody is getting run over. That's 5 dead.
And a pipe for good measure.
Yeah. Casual victory pipe. Ancient Apparition ult will come, but the pipe, I think, will be enough to save this Lion. Yeah, should be okay. Without the pipe, he's definitely dead there.
Yep. Pipe too good.
And MVP are going to get a tower as well. Just really painful to watch, really. Another beatdown.
Yeah. I've never heard of this Geo team. Have you? Get outs?
No.
I have not either.
I'm actually not sure if these teams are in Tier 2 or Tier 3 in Korean Dota League, but they're definitely not in Tier 1. Well, MVP Hot 6 is also in Tier 2, I believe.
That's Hot 6.
Yeah.
Well, Slark, super rich right now. He has DD bottled up. They could do Roshan anytime that they wanted to. Looks like Wind Ranger is going for Voidstone? Voidstone into Sheep. Possibly kill score 23-4. That gold lead, that dreaded 1K a minute mark. About 20,000 gold lead in 18 minutes time. And MVP Phoenix is just walking all over get outs.
I mean, the one cool thing about Starladder is with the round robin format, teams that aren't very good get a lot of experience in short time. So hopefully we'll see some of these teams that look weak right now improve a lot over.
There's only so much experience you can get from getting like
totally stop. Yeah. Well, if you really want to learn from it, you know, you watch the replay of like the first 5 minutes, and then
their smoke just got immediately popped by the Invis Slark hanging around. Like they
and he still has Shadowblade and DD, and anybody caught on there on will just die.
Oh, they're
like
going.
This Gyro.
Whew.
He's dead. Familiars are coming in. He won't be able to TP out here. There's a leap and a latch, and the DD rune gets popped, and immediately he just melts before they can even react, really. Now the Ancient Apparition ult coming through, and, well, get Dark Pack that one off. Will continue to tick down. Almost in danger of dying here, actually, Shadowblade. No, he'll leap north. Onto the hill, gets clipped by the Breathe Fire.
Well played, Dragon Knight. Well played.
Garrow with the slam dunk from around the corner, really. Well done. I guess that was more of a layout, but bounces it in regardless. There you go.
Yeah, Slark was just being pretty manly. I mean, he had AO and he was still taking creeps. He's like, whatever, I'm good behind the T2. In between the T2 and the T3.
Blank Hex Finger. No Hex yet. Doesn't need it. Now Clockwork casually hookshotting once again onto a teammate. Not the right hookshot for this particular situation. Suddenly, Gyro's back into the fight. Just respawned already. Wow, he's really underleveled.
I like how Pipe
He's
works
level
on
10.
Pipe works on familiars even though they're already magic immune. OP familiars.
I totally missed that. Yeah, Gyro, I thought Gyro bought back there. He just respawned. That was really fast.
Indeed it was.
And they're not even a good pushing lineup, really. But they're still pushing down mid. Slowly muscling through while top lane QO retreats back, wants to farm up his next item. Looks to be a Scotty. Could be a Lincoln's, though. Lincoln's would be pretty good this game. Just for the Dragon Knight stun, but we'll have to see what he does. I guess that value point homing missile makes it somewhat less useful.
Visage almost has his scepter completed. Doom just picked up the drums. Checking out Wind Ranger, still working on that Scythe of Vice, it looks like. And looks like Geo, they want to kill. 5-man smoke through their own Ancients. Looks like they might find Geo. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get the jump on him.
Yeah, this... Is it Geo or QO?
Get outs.
Oh, the team Geo. I thought you meant the player QO.
Oh, yeah.
So confused right now. They'll go for an Ice Path here. They catch Ryzen, but he's not an easy target. Very, very tanky. And immediately March heads bottom to split push while the team prepares to Roche. And with the smoke gone, they really... I mean, normally for a lineup like this, you want to fight at the pit. Get a hook shot, follow up with the Ancient Apparition ult, drop the gyro ult, and take the fight. But they're just so far behind, Ben. I don't think they can do it.
Yeah, I mean, this is their best chance, though. Is to try and sneak a fight on Roshan, and when they get hit with the AA ultimate before the pipe, like, that's about as good as it's going to get.
Well, they're just going to roll over and take it. This is a kick in the gut, really, for Geo. And they'll come down mid next. There's no reason for MVP to hold back now. You've got him by the balls. It's time to squeeze.
Roshan has fallen
Ow.
to the dark.
Yeah,
That sounds painful.
I'm not sure it is. And here comes the Shadow Blade from the Slark.
Poor gyrocopter.
Is there going to be... He's going back for drums? He's just a... That is a really sad gyro. If you abandon a BKB rush to go back for drums...
BKB is not even going to do that much. I
Right,
mean,
I know.
nothing's really going to do that much for him right now, but at the same time, yeah, that is a sad plight that you're in.
Jeez, that's really... that's really
Yeah.
sad.
It's like when your carry has to go like 4 bracers, you're like, I know things aren't going
Was that Bambo doing it in KDL?
I don't remember.
I saw someone go for a really clowny, like, 4 bracer build. On a hero... I mean, it's never normally, like, a good build, but it was a really questionable
It's
one.
good on supports. That's about it. If you're really far behind, or if you're like
Drums
dying a
is
lot.
just not hard to farm, though.
That's true. Bracers are not hard to farm.
That's also true. Ah, touche. I have Scotty.
So Geo, they actually stack. They need to stack the ancients, and
They haven't done it once this game.
yeah, their ticket is a big gyrocopter. Like maybe if gyrocopter gets like massive with a rapier, they can do some damage. If he doesn't get doomed or hexed or fingered or bashed by the sword.
I like how you're like, let me think about this more. If none of the, like, 30 things that could cause...
Hey, sometimes you have to rely on the mistakes of your opponents.
Oh,
to
I
win.
definitely agree. But they just need a lot of mistakes.
You need a lot of things going
Comes
for
Dragon Knight,
if
though.
you're
They get
Geo.
off a nice stun on the Slark to start it off, but the Lion comes from the side. They doom the DK. Gyro drops the ult, and it hits absolutely nothing but air, and now it's a headlong retreat. Not headlong enough. The Gyro will fall. Maybe the Slark goes down here. Still a Shadow Blade, and Aegis doesn't even need it. That's 5 dead before you can even finish rattling off the kills. The Clockwork fell on the flip side, too. And it's a 30 to 5.
This should be a GG. This is like... Which one of our 3 games do you think was the worst? I thought last one was, but this one might be even more. Like...
I think last one was a lower level of play from the opponent.
Yes, I agree.
With mainly the Invoker was just kind of disappointing, but I mean, this is probably the worst stop.
Yeah. Wow.
1k a minute, over 1k a minute gold lead, and a 1 kill a minute kill lead. That's impressive.
Yes.
Not 1 kill a minute, 1 kill a minute kill lead. That's ridiculous. Ouch. What a beatdown. A day of beatdowns. I guess that means the good games are coming.
Yep.
Something to look forward to for future days.
Woo! Scotty up on the Slark.
Your excitement is enthralling. As Soda goes, just gets his head sliced off. Now he'll lop off the Jakiros as well. Tiger's dead. And on the backside, well, it's a BKB melee Dragon Knight just waddling through the creep wave. Now he realizes the damage is done. It's too late. QO, still Aegis online. Shadowblade cooling down. Pops the Dark Pack. Going ham. He's stolen 26 stat stacks, 78 agility. Plus 70 freaking 8 agility. Look at his agility.
Yeah.
166 agility. One.
That's pretty absurd.
That might be the most I've ever seen on a slug. That is definitely up there.
Well, we see a fairly,
And he didn't even lose
fairly good
Aegis.
AAO from there, but yeah, I mean they just got 5-0 twice. Look at this Lion diving to T4. It's just like, hey, whatever,
going
what's
ham.
up?
What's
What's up, guys?
Oh my god.
I'm at your T4. What are you gonna do about it?
What's up, bro?
Ouch.
Ouchies. I really do feel Geo's pain. This is just... You know, the one thing I'll say is that the Korean teams do remind me a bit of the Pinoy teams. Like, they just do not GG. They just love the abuse. Seriously. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
It's very unusual, but... Well.
Some teams like the paint. They're sadists.
Masochist, sadist, a little bit of both. QO still coming in, still has Agi stack stolen, already up to 20. Let's see how high he can make it go. Dark Pack, that'll clear off the stun, keeps on rolling, looks for more. Can he leap and latch one more? Jump in, that's 25, 26. Make it an
It's the
even.
magic number.
Yeah, come on, break your record, buddy.
Get mega plays!
Get him, steal those stats. Go for 27. You can do it. Yeah, 28. He shoots. He scores.
It looked like he was. It
84
looked like he
joy.
was hitting the throne for a second.
So it's 84 damage, 84 attack speed.
Does he lose it upon death? Yes, he does. And GG comes out.
Oh, you lose it when the Aegis pops.
Radiant's
I didn't know
middle
that.
tower
I figured it'd only be when you actually die.
No, you learn something new every day.
I learned I don't know much apparently.
I learned that GO is no match for MVP.
Today I learned.
Get out. Okay. Well, final score 41-5. MVP with a very, very astounding 35,000 gold lead. 26 minutes in. And I mean, it really just snowballed like when the Slark just went out of control in middle, and then everything just went downhill from there. Like Wind Ranger wasn't doing like amazingly well in our lane, Doom wasn't doing like amazingly well, and just the Slark just went. I will own your whole entire team.
See, here's Geo and here's Slark. Here's boom! And,
Yeah.
they all died.
That's pretty much it.
It's pretty painful.
Good job, Slark. Well executed.
Yeah, I mean, I think the DK solo made a little bit weak against any of those heroes. I guess he's okay against Doom.
He shouldn't die repeated times to Slark and Visage.
Yeah,
like,
he could have stemmed the bleeding.
TP out, or just breathe fire on the wave, and then just bottle crow. Like he should be able to at least play passively, get levels, and not die. But he just like whatever. I'm just gonna give you kills over and over and over and over and over.
And then the team like made it worse when the twin-headed dragon TP'd in.
Twice. Oh no.
Nothing but die.
Oh no.
It was they didn't do a good job of damage control, which I mean you see a lot of newer teams or weaker teams, they get behind and then they just completely self-destruct.
Feed uncontrollably.
Yeah. And like the sign of a more veteran team is a team that can compose themselves. Okay, this is what our lineup's good at. This is what we need to do to come back, and then maybe not win, but at least like put up a good fight.
Yeah.
But
defend towers, stack ancients, farm neutrals.
And they didn't really do any of that.
I agree.
Well, Geo get beaten down, guys. We're not done yet, though. We've got one more match here for Starladder Season 9, the Star Series Korea, the first ever games played outside of Europe for Starladder. We've had some NA teams in like previous editions, but not separate regions. So this is a first, guys. You're making history. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with our final match of the evening.